She trusted him once. The Mafia boss never let anyone touch her again. Part 2. The engines outside didn't stop. They idled, low, patient, like predators that knew running was pointless. Inside the estate, silence stretched thin. The lights flickered once more before stabilizing. Matteo didn't move toward the window. He didn't need to. Ricardo was already speaking into a headset, voice calm, clipped, efficient. 3 vehicles, east perimeter, no breach yet. Yet. Amelia stood frozen in the center of the room. "They found me," she repeated. Matteo finally looked at her. Not with softness, not with possession, with calculation. "They were looking for leverage," he said quietly. "Now they have a direction." Her throat tightened. "I didn't choose this." "No," he agreed, "but you are in it." Outside, headlights cut across the gates. Ricardo stepped closer. "We can move her tonight." Move her? As if she were cargo. "I can hear you," Amelia snapped, anger pushing past fear. "Stop talking about me like I'm not here." Ricardo's stern gaze softened only slightly. "With respect, you are exactly why they're here." Matteo raised a hand. Silence. He walked toward her slowly, measured steps against marble flooring. "I asked you to erase you," he said quietly. "That is no longer possible." "And whose fault is that?" she challenged. His jaw tightened, not in rage, but restraint. "They killed my brother," he said, voice low. "Years ago. Tonight's message confirmed what I suspected. The rival family has resurfaced, and they are watching everything connected to me." Amelia's pulse pounded. "Then let me go," she whispered. Matteo stopped inches from her. "If I let you walk out that gate, you would not survive the week." The truth in his voice made her stomach drop. A phone vibrated on the table. Ricardo glanced at it. "They've pulled back, for now." Matteo didn't look away from her. "They wanted us to know they could reach this far." A message, not an attack. Amelia exhaled shakily. "So what now?" Matteo hesitated. That hesitation told her more than words. "You become invisible to everyone except us." Her eyes flashed. "I am not disappearing into some gilded prison." "You misunderstand," he replied. "I am not hiding you." "Then what?" His gaze darkened. "I am repositioning you." An hour later, she stood in a glass-walled office overlooking the city. Ricardo projected maps across a digital table. Financial routes, property transfers, old alliances. "They are rebuilding through legitimate fronts," Ricardo explained. "Shipping, technology, hospitality." "Bars?" Amelia asked quietly. Both men looked at her. Her mind was racing. "The night at La Bruma," she said. "They didn't just poison you. They wanted to see who would react, who was close enough to matter." Matteo studied her carefully. "You noticed that?" "Yes." A slow shift passed through the room. For the first time, Ricardo looked at her not as a liability, but as an asset. Matteo stepped closer to the table. "You underestimate you," he said. "That seems to be a habit lately." A flicker of something almost amused crossed his face. "Good," he murmured. "Let them." Across the city, in a penthouse wrapped in shadows, another man watched security footage on the large screen. Angular face, silver threaded through dark hair, cold eyes. The British woman's image paused on the screen. "So this is the weakness," he said softly. A subordinate shifted nervously. "Or the trap." The rival boss smiled faintly. "Everything is a trap," he replied. "The question is who snaps it first." Later, rain returned. Amelia stood on the balcony, wind catching in her hair. Matteo joined her, hands in his coat pockets. "You should hate me," he said quietly. She didn't look at him. "I'm deciding." "For what?" "For whether you're protecting me or using me." Thunder rolled. "Both," he admitted. The honesty hit harder than any lie. She turned slowly to face him. "Then understand this," she said. "I won't be your weakness." His expression shifted. "No," he agreed. "You won't." For a moment, the distance between them disappeared, not because it was safe, but because it wasn't. Inside, Ricardo approached him with new intelligence. "They've scheduled a public charity gala," he said. "High profile, media coverage, political donors." Mateo's eyes sharpened. "A show of legitimacy," he said. Amelia's mind clicked into place. "Or bait," she said softly. Both men looked at her again. She lifted her chin. "You said I can't be erased. Fine, then don't hide me." Mateo gunned still. "What are you suggesting?" "If they think I'm your weakness, then let them see me." Silence. Ricardo's brow furrowed. "That's dangerous." "Yes, but so is waiting." Mateo studied her for a long time. In her defiance, he saw something familiar, something he used to be. "You don't understand the cost," he warned. "Then teach me." A beat passed. Outside, lightning split the sky. Mateo finally nodded once. "Prepare her," he told Ricardo. Amelia's pulse quickened. The war had shifted. She was no longer just bait. She was stepping onto the board. And somewhere in the city, a rival boss smiled because the game had finally become interesting. But across the city, the rival boss did not smile for long. A phone was placed quietly on the glass table in front of him. A video played. Grainy, night vision, the hilltop estate, the balcony. The exact moment she turned toward him in the storm, the exact moment he looked at her like she mattered. The rival boss leaned back slowly. "Not a weakness," he murmured. "A future widow." The screen shifted. Another image appeared. A file. Her name, her passport photo, her old London address, her university records, her father's diplomatic history, every detail, every connection. And then, a final document slid across the table. Not about her, about someone else, a woman from years ago, the one he once trusted, the one who betrayed him. The resemblance was subtle, but deliberate. The rival boss's cold eyes narrowed. "Prepare the invitation," he said softly. "Make sure she receives it personally." Back at the estate, Amelia stood alone in her room staring at the city lights below. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. No message. Just a single image. A photograph of her, taken tonight, from outside the gates. Her breath stopped. Another message followed. "You think he can protect you?" The final text appeared slowly. He couldn't protect his brother. The lights in the estate flickered again. This time, they went out. Complete darkness swallowed the room, and somewhere inside the house, a door opened.